a leader is to teach others to do what you can do and improve on that. And so that's always in the background of my head.
Hello everyone. Hello, Elle Ballard is here today on our Women of the World Network Choreograph Success podcast with my guest, Hilda Koch. Hi Hilda, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me, Ellie. This is awesome.
Hilda is a physician assistant practicing over 25 years. And she's an author of her recent book, Leadership, The Paradox of Surrender. So I'm excited to discuss this book, this baby of yours that you've, and congratulations, by the way. Congratulations with the book.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Before we talk about the book, can you tell us how your career started, this field that you're in over 25 years, and why did you choose this field?
Always knew I wanted to get in the medical field because I wanted to help people. I just didn't quite know what I wanted to do. And at first it was I thought about being a physical therapist, and actually I applied and I didn't get in, and I was crushed. And I saw a PA and I'm like, what do you do? I want to do that. That's super cool. And I applied and I got in, and, sometimes what we think are failures are our biggest wins. And so that was a learning lesson. And I've been happy ever since, becoming a physician assistant and helping others. And it's a true joy for me. So I'm thankful.
Beautiful. And which field are you practicing in? Which area of medicine?
Currently, I'm practicing in pain management. And that's a little bit of a difficult field because these people have seen every other provider, and still they have pain. So they're chronic pain patients, and it takes a lot of energy. But I believe the patient, and I believe that we need to listen to them and provide good care. And every day in a good way, I make someone cry. Because they felt heard, and it's unfortunate in our society today, people don't feel heard. They feel passed over, and that's not a good feeling, and I don't want to do that with my patients. And so I feel like I'm making a difference every day.
I now understand why you're spending still over 25 years in this field. It's beautiful. You're building this and evolving yourself, and of course I'm sure your patients are they're blessed to have you. And over the years, what are some of the maybe challenges, or something happened, or maybe thought patterns that had to shift for you to achieve this level, to come to this place in your life that you would want to share with us?
Absolutely. I went to USC. I was trained at County Hospital. They have a motto: see one, do one, teach one. And so you see a procedure, you'll do the procedure, and then you will teach the procedure. And that's always been a background music playing in my head. And so teaching has always been on my mind, and how to do things and maybe do things better. And so if you can't teach something, you really don't know how to do it. And so if someone's able to learn and move forward, and they're able to do that procedure that you taught them, then you've succeeded. They no longer need you. So that's the best compliment, as far as being a leader, is to teach others to do what you can do and improve on that. And so that's always in the background of my head. And what changed for me was in practicing medicine. We're told to, or we've taken a Hippocratic oath, and it's do no harm. There's been several occasions where I've had several run-ins where it has been in for the best mind of the patient, the best thing for the patient. And so that went against the Hippocratic oath for me and my moral and ethical values. And so I struggled. I struggled what leadership was. Just because someone says something and they're a leader and they have a title, is that the right thing? And I did take a leadership camp. I'll have to be honest with you. I failed one of our one of our missions. Our goals was to write a vision plan, and we were supposed to be camping for 48 hours, solo camping. We had toilet paper, trail mix, and water, and no contact, no phone, no book, no anything. And you
But
were
with
supposed to
people
write.
around you or just by
No
yourself?
one around you. You weren't supposed to talk
Oh,
to anybody. And the vision was
that's
to
cool.
really, yeah, it was really cool, to find who you are without any other distractions, and to really be
Yes.
in your own mind, in your
Yourself.
mind head.
Yes.
Yeah. And I said, I'll be honest, I failed because I didn't write my vision. I didn't write my vision for the first year, second year, or fifth year, 10 year. And
Oh,
what I
so you
did
went
was,
every year for five
we were
years.
supposed to, well, no, we were supposed to write a vision,
Oh,
it was
oh, you
called a
got it. Yeah,
vision
yeah, yeah.
quest.
Five.
It was
Okay,
called a
okay.
vision quest to map
Uh-huh.
out your visions for the next couple of years. And I'm like, this is crazy. I think I'm going to write a book about this. And so I
Yeah.
started writing notes on what leadership was to me, and the book itself. And I failed to do my vision quest for my first year, second year, 5 year, and 10 year things. But here I am. I wrote a book, and I don't have a vision quest, but I'll probably go with that. I'll do another one at another point in time. Getting back to what made me decide to change, it was getting back to leadership. And it's not leadership of running a company, it's leadership of yourself and who you are and what your values are. If you value family but you're on your phone during dinner time, that's not a value. What are your non-negotiables? And you value morality, integrity, business, friendship, love, then actions and goals and all that should support those. So here I am with leadership, the paradox of surrender, and helping others to lead themselves, so to speak.
Yeah. So the book was a big one that was burst from that
Yeah,
solo.
yeah,
Probably, maybe. I don't know. That's great. We have this perfect kind of. We think we're gonna do this. We make this happen, right? And then things happen, but not in a way we planned them initially, but they do. And
absolutely.
sometimes, yeah, and sometimes bigger things, right? Like the book is huge. Writing the whole book from start to finish and publishing it. And I love the concept of leading yourself first. It's just so good, so important, because that's where it starts, right? Everything starts. And in all life areas, as we talk about in this podcast too. And that actually takes me to our next conversation I want to talk about is this idea of choreographed success, that I like to talk about on this podcast. Really succeeding from the inside out, where the leadership is aligned, conscious business is aligned, or career, and then intentional living is all of it together. And um, meeting your purpose, with success in life, however we define it individually for ourselves, is achieved because of all this alignment. When you hear this phrase, choreographed success, what comes to mind for you?
I first read that and I'm like, wow, what a magical saying. And it's pretty powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
to me, it means we have a choice to be who we
Right.
want to be, that anything is possible. We're the ones that put limitations on ourselves. Speak about women in general, we're harder on ourselves than anyone else. We are.
So true.
And we need to be kind to ourselves, and we have to come back to kindness and gratitude, help empower others. Going back to that wonderful phrase, choreographing success, is we have choices, and it's taking a breath and saying, what's the best decision, and how am I going to go ahead and do it? And again, we have ideas in our mind, like I wanted to go to physical therapy school. I thought this was the best for me. And then plans changed, and I felt as if I was a failure, but my biggest failures were my biggest successes. I didn't do my vision quest correctly, but I wrote a book, and I'm excited about that. Again, coming back to kindness, and being mindful and coming back to intention. Wake up in the morning and what are your intentions? Provide good care, be happy, being yourself, and practicing kindness.
I love how it's connected to leading yourself completely, and leading yourself, starting there, leading yourself in life, in all life areas, including the conversations we have with ourselves. You know, sometimes they say, talk to yourself like you talk to your best friend. It's so interesting how we we would never probably say things we to our best friend that we can think within ourselves, right? It's just yeah, and I love how profound this is, to start there with yourself, because everything else will shape from there in the right way. I don't want to forget to share a little bit more about your book to our listeners and how they can get a copy of it. And we will post a link. But also, if you could tell us, Hilda, how can they get a copy of Leadership, The Paradox of Surrender?
Absolutely. It's on Amazon. Thank you, Amazon. They do some good things. It's my name, Hilda, Hilda, and then Koch, Koch, and Leadership, the Paradox of Surrender. I appreciate that, Ellie.
Beautiful. Yes, yes. Congratulations again. Yeah, I love this. I love this angle of just leading yourself. Yeah, because that's where choreograph success starts in life. So, thank you for writing a book from that angle, and I'm looking forward to reading the book and checking it out. It's so important in our life. Before we move on, was there anything else you wanted to add to this point? And then I want to take us to rapid fire questions.
Yeah, you know, I want to say for just women in general, practicing
Mm-hmm.
kindness, and we have, I don't know, it's like 30,000 thoughts, and all of them are, I want to say 1% of them are positive and the rest are negative, and we have to kind of see where that's coming from and constantly reevaluate ourselves to come back to our intentions and what our goals are and be mindful. We have, again, 10,000 things to do. We have a list of a to-do list, and part of that too is we need to be present, and we're not present, and which causes mental distraction, and which leads to stress and frustration. Why are we here? What the bigger picture is, why are we here? To come back to that and understand, I'm here for my family, I'm here for myself, I'm here, and it's not about everything else, the superfluous things. And it's health, and that's great, you have money, but if you don't have your health, what do you do? you know
Right. Yeah.
I just got a cardiac monitor and it's coming back to health, and um,
Yeah.
we have to regroup and look at the long-term things.
There's this list of to do things that's forever growing. I've been working on reducing that list for the last couple of years, and I know there's still work to be done in reducing it. Saying no, learning to say no more, but and you mentioned that vision. Where are we? What do we actually want? How do we get there? Everything else is just noise, and it's just so important. Thank you. Okay, so let's do rapid fire questions. I have 5 of them. Okay, so my first question is, morning ritual or practice that you would want to share with us.
I usually get up before my alarm. If not, I'll get up.
Uh-huh.
But I'll shut my phone off and I'll lay in bed. And what's my intention for the day?
Yeah.
I'll pick something to exercise, not to get stressed, knowing that something's coming. I mean, you can't. There's things that you just can't worry about. What's my plan if something arises? Let's say as far as stress, I need to practice my breathing. And what's my intention for the day? And what's my goal? And if it doesn't align, that's a good word, align with my goals for that day, then I just need to let it go. I pick out 2 things. I don't pick out 10 things that I need to do in a day because it's just too
Yeah.
much.
Okay. Thank you. A place that in the world that shaped you.
I want to say, not necessarily a place, but it's in the water. I love the
Mm.
water. I feel one with being in the ocean, by the sea, in it, around it. I just feel alive. I've had several moments where I almost drowned surfing. And so it comes back to respect of Mother Nature and understanding her power. But it's also the power that she gives you to live, to enjoy life and have the excitement, the adventures of being in and around the water and all of that. So
Wow, are you a surfer?
I do okay. I'm
Yeah.
okay. I
Wow, that's so brave to me. That's so brave to me. Those waves.
Not big waves. I'm going to take every small wave I can.
Yeah, that's so brave. Oh, that's awesome. I love that. Yeah, I love that. One word that describes the woman you are becoming.
Powerful.
Okay, and then music, movement, or stillness, or combination of all of those. What do you prefer?
Stillness. I think for me, just have so much in our minds.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
I call it the crock pot, the crock pot where you
Yeah, cooking.
put the food in and then you turn it on and it cooks magically when you come home. But women, all of us have, most of us I should say, have crock pots. We turn it on mentally before we go to bed, and so we're thinking about it all night, and we're let it cooking and stirring, and we don't give our chance to give our mind a break.
Yeah, that's so true. And my final question is one non negotiable for alliance success.
Integrity. I'm a big person of say what you mean and do what you say.
Thank you for playing. Thank you for playing. As we are concluding this conversation, this beautiful conversation, with the newest beautiful friend of mine that I'm looking forward to meeting soon.
Hopefully soon you're close.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. If there is one truth, maybe reminder or invitation you want listeners around the world to receive right now, those who listen to us, um, maybe something that feels most alive for you to share, what would that be?
You are the best that you are in this time, in this place. You are at the best that you are this time and place to be kind. You are good enough.
Beautiful. Yes. Thank you for that reminder. Thank you. Just gonna
You are
breathe
good
that
enough.
in. Thank you so much, my
Thank
friends,
you.
for joining today, for taking the time to speak. Yeah, and we'll talk to all of you very soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.